Okay, it's June the 4th, and I'm going to be bringing my plants out, and I'm going to get them outside for the first time today. But I just wanted to show you what's happened. This is a little bit on the insane side. I've never had anything like this before. My plants are really like a forest down here. Or not a forest, maybe a jungle would be a better way to put it. I'm not going to start identifying them until I get them outside, and I'll do that and then do another video. But I just want to start with this. See, I used the Miracle Grow fertilizer, and I've had the lights on 24 hours a day for the last month and a half or so. And so this is what I've gotten, and I just let them flower. I think I have a few peppers on them here and there. But yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Let's see if I can get back far enough that you can actually see what's going on. Yeah. Not bad at all. There we go. Okay, so I have the plants all out now, and again, they are the largest plants I've ever planted out here. Even going to the nursery in years past, I've never had plants this large going in at the very beginning. It is June the 4th, so it's a little bit later than normal, but they were doing so well downstairs I really didn't mind. So anyway, no further ado, I have 6 7-pot plants. This one and this one, 4 in the back, and these 2 in the front. This one in the front here is a yellow Fatalii, and that's a red Fatalii right beside it. And 7-pot there, that's a Ring of Fire, and this smaller one's a Ring of Fire as well. And they were growing in the same pot together, so the roots were intertwined. But I'm still hoping that you know, they'll both do well, even though they were, you know, it's quite a sharp tug I had to give to get the roots to unentwine. Just put it that way. This one right in front here is a Pusa Jwala, and while it's quite a big plant, wide and full of flowers, the stem was fairly weak. So I suppose if I had been pulling little flowers off, that would have been almost a full-time job, it probably would have concentrated a little more on getting the root system going. I had that happen with the several plants, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I'm sure the plants will do just fine. This is a Peter Yellow, this large one in the back here. And what I don't know yet is if it's circumcised or uncircumcised, but I guess we'll find out once the peppers start to grow. So like I said before, I've always wanted to grow one just because of the novelty of it. And so I'm quite happy to have gotten the seeds for that one. Here's the Pointsetta pepper, the Japanese pepper that I was talking about in my last video. And again, this one also, and you can see it's a nice plant and very healthy, but the root system wasn't really that deep, so it could really support on its own. So I have to put a little bit of support in some of these plants, but I'm not worried about doing something like that, as long as I just have it loosely tied to it, so it won't be any stress. In the back, that large plant in the back there is a yellow Scotch bonnet, which I've never grown before. And of course what I have grown before right over here is the red Scotch bonnet. And it's extremely prolific plant. I know I can get 60 peppers from the one plant. And while I don't consider them to be like really very hot, they are sweet pepper, sweet hot pepper, if you want to put it that way. I mean, there's sweet peppers that aren't hot. But this one it packs a bit of a punch to it. But even people that aren't used to eating extremely hot peppers find it to be a pleasant pepper. So it's good in my household. I have this Brazilian pepper, the Chupetinho, which again I've never grown before. Not that large a plant, and I don't know how big they get, but it's spread out quite a bit. Really nice looking plant. And this one over here, which I couldn't get any information on, is called the Purira. And like I said in the last video, it's supposed to be an American pepper, but I do not see how it could be with a name like that. So if anybody watching this knows what I can expect from it, I would really appreciate just leave a message, let me know, like a comment, let me know what kind of a pepper that is. An Italian pepper called the Etna in the back, and it's a compact plant growing straight up pretty well. And then I have a couple bird's eye plants over here. There are two of them, but I just left them together. They're not very big. And then I have this huge plant here, which is called the Demon Red, and full of flowers. Like, it's just really big. My feeling is because the flowers are so small, though, that the peppers are maybe not that big. I've never grown this one or even seen peppers before, so like maybe those peppers just aren't that large to begin with. Then I have my Naga Morich plants, and I have 5 of them. I actually have 7, but I've only planted 5 of them. That's the largest. And then I know they get pretty big, so I planted them in the back, even though they look pretty small at this time. Right there. And that one as well. And I have 2 hot paper lanterns there and there, and I know they get big as well. So that's why I planted them in the back there. And again, very prolific and early peppers. But I expect that in a month or so, probably a month and a half, I'll have peppers that I'll be picking off of them. And then I have a scorpion plant, which I actually bought at a nursery that I frequent. They get, last year they didn't get very big. The year before I had quite tall ones, so I don't know what to expect, but I planted it in front anyway. Then I have 4 plants that a friend of my wife's gave me. She's always supportive. Last year she gave me a Bulgarian carrot and the hot cherry bomb, which were very nice peppers. Her name's Janice, so that's a shout out to her. Really nice of her to always do this for me. But this is a balloon pepper, which I've never heard of before, and looked it up. It looks interesting. And the Congo Trinidad, which of course I have heard of before, but I've never grown. The red mushroom, which should be quite interesting as well. And of course the Caribbean red, which of course I know very well. And that's a good habanero. It's a pretty small plant. But, you know, habaneros grow pretty quickly in my experience. I don't expect that I'll have any trouble getting peppers from it this year. By August, it'll probably have filled in the space that I've left for it and be full of peppers. So that's pretty much it. They're out finally, and I know it's going into single digits for the next few nights, so I'll be covering them up. But, you know, like at some point you have to decide you're going to put them out. And also, probably if I show you this, I mean, the plants are starting to, the leaves are starting to curl a bit, telling me that they were becoming root bound and stressed, and I don't want that to happen. So better for them to be out here, covered up at night, until it's nice enough that that I don't have to worry about that anymore. There won't be any more frost, I'm pretty sure, but still, you know, single digits. That's not really something that that I'd want to have to deal with. And I did have a few more plants. I'll just indicate here. I had 2 Naga Morich. These are the 2 smaller ones. The 7-pod is quite nice. And then I have red Fatalii here and yellow Scotch Bonnet. Well, you might call them duplicates. I didn't have room for them in the garden, but I do have friends who really appreciate getting some pepper plants, so that's what I'm going to wind up doing with them. Okay, so that's about it. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that you show me, and if you do leave a comment, I will definitely be responding to it. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.